There are new calls now for a wider FBI investigation into leaks of highly classified security information. Some lawmakers suggesting the leaks are coming directly from the White House. And one of those raising red flags about the leaks, Republican Congressman Peter King out of New York. He's chair of the House Homeland Security Committee and back with us now. And, sir, good morning to you.
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Specifically, you want to know about this underwear bomb plot that was uncovered in Yemen that stemmed out of al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. And you believe, and you have stated that it's one of the most successful operations ever to uncover that. What do you mean?
Yeah, Bill, going back to April and May, when we had this counter spy operation in Yemen, where so much information was obtained, it's the highest we ever got in penetrating al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. And all of that, before the operation was completed, it was leaked to the Associated Press. And there was such a small universe of people who knew about it. To me, all the evidence points toward the White House. And that compromised us because there were two other major allies involved with us in that. And there's tremendous hard feelings and sense of betrayal from them. Then after that, we had the Stuxnet. That was the stories about the computer virus being injected into the Iranian nuclear program. We had the details on the drone attacks. And now this week we see coming from Syria, the leaking of, and again, I'm on the Intelligence Committee, so I have to be careful how I put this, but reports in the paper about the president signing a finding authorizing action against Syria. Now, first of all, that never should have been leaked. Secondly, not only was that leaked, though, but then also the details of what that finding included, how far the U.S. could go, how far we couldn't go. It also specified a location in Turkey where it says the CIA has its command center. So that compromises Turkey, and it also compromises the people in the CIA who would be working at that center. The FBI is already investigating two of these situations. I asked Director Mueller yesterday in a formal letter to expand the investigation to include this leaking of the Syrian operation.
I don't know when you'll hear back from the FBI, but you have pointed a finger directly at the White House. And what you charge is that the group of people who have access to the information is not a wide circle. I think the question is, why is this happening?
Yeah, and again, I'm very careful on what I say. The reason I aim at the White House on this is that, and you read the stories, it talks about meetings in the National Security Council in the White House. It talks about meetings in the Oval Office in the White House. The Yemen operation we discussed before was known only to a small group of people, primarily in the White House. Nobody in Congress knew anything about it whatsoever. The only thing I can think of is this is an attempt to rehabilitate the president going into an election year to show that he's a tough guy. Also, going back a year ago when they, after bin Laden was killed, all the secrets that were put out at that time. So listen, the president deserves credit for killing bin Laden, but at that time they went far beyond anything that had to be disclosed. I think it's just to enhance his reputation, and it's done in an irresponsible way.
Here's Donald Rumsfeld with Greta from last night, and listen to a key part of what he says, and I'll ask you about it right here. Listen.
Sure. Every leak out of the White House is a signal to other countries, be very careful about cooperating with the United States of America, because if you do, you very likely will end up running the risk, at least, of compromising your country's relationship with the United States. You're compromising intelligence information that you need to defend your people.
That last point about national defense, is he right?
Yes, he is. In fact, I had the opportunity to be with Secretary Rumsfeld just about 6 weeks ago, and we were discussing this very issue. No, it definitely compromises our national defense, and what it does is it definitely damages our relationship with allies. The Yemen operation, there were two very, very close allies involved in that with us. They're absolutely furious that we compromised it. Now we have the situation in Syria, if we believe the reports, where Turkey is now being compromised because they disclosed the location in Turkey where the CIA command center is going to be, according to these reports. No, this damages us across the board, and it puts lives at risk, American lives at risk.
Peter King, we'll see when you get an answer from the FBI. Thank you for your time today, sir. Out of Babylon, New York.
Thank
Peter
you.
King.